adjust this a little bit. Alright. Audio would be preferable. Would like to have sound. And there we go. Doesn't sound like it because, you know, Elden Ring, but let's talk to Bach.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to... Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My
What is that
sewing
brace or the
needle.
belt? God, he looks ugly. My God, his eyes look terrible.
What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that
Mom was a
sewing kit
seamstress.
was all I had to remember her by.
See, I think that's really interesting because the person who had the golden sewing kit,
suppose I can't just curl up and
like
die,
his
can
mom,
I?
was Radagon. I think his mom could alter demigod stuff,
Thank
right?
you. You're very... I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I... Thank you. You're very... I always wanted...
Okay, that's all he has to say. If I reload the area... Oh, I think Melina also has something to say here. Oh, must have already done that then. Okay, so... where to go next? Let's... Have I done underground stuff? A little. Have I done all the quest stuff I need to do here before I move on? Selling... I should probably kill what's-his-face. The Leonine Misbegotten. Oh, I don't do much damage at all. Well, I'll have to fix that. Well, that guy went down a little bit easier. So interesting that these jellyfish are different. Sorry, just needed to... Something was blocking something on my screen. But the jellyfish here, if you didn't see my last stream, they're a different color, first of all, and they also have these, like, it's a different model completely. These little stringy things coming down from the sides, those are not on the other jellyfish. So there's something different, something special about the jellyfish that are here specifically. Oof, okay. Alright, so the fire does a bit of damage. I can also... That should help. Okay, that really does help. This guy can't be backstabbed, right? Oh, damn. I think I would prefer to level up a bit more before I fight him again. Like, I could probably beat him if I really wanted to, but There are a lot of other places I can go check out first. Let's, Blythe. Let's go check out, uh, maybe I've already technically heard him, so I can get the snap over here.
Wait. Well, you're back.
Yeah,
The
there we
howl
go.
of a wolf. In the mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Ah, don't fret. I just have an inkling.
Alright. Does he have anything else I would... Oh, he still has the telescope. And several cracked pots. Yeah, he has a lot that I could probably use. Alright. I guess the telescope isn't quite as useful when it comes to glowstone recipe, though. That's... I need glowstones. But when you have a free cam, a telescope isn't quite as useful.
Goodbye.
So wait, what did the Waypoint Ruins note say? Someone lurks among the Waypoint Ruins. I don't know, I probably shouldn't look into that. It just seems like video gaminess. Because it does seem strange that he just has a little note that's like, there's someone there, I think? Oh, that's right. Keep forgetting that I have a horse in this game. I need to fight more of these like side groups too, I think, for the experience. All right. Okay, so how much do I actually need to level up? 4,000, so that wasn't really worth it. But I guess I have more runes than I started with. Maybe I can take down this rune bear? Ouch. Okay. It's not terrible yet. Whoops, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Thanks, Blythe, so much for just sitting up there and howling. He's pretending like he's the bear. Yeah, okay. I gotta make sure I use Golden Vow more, because it also increases my defense. I'm just taking a lot of damage, too. Alright. Golden Vow's actually doing a lot of work right now, so I think... as long as I can kill him before it wears off, we're good. Alright. Okay, that was 1,000 runes. That's... Oh, what's up, Jabinjo? Sinister Stromboli, more like... How does it go-y? It's a hell of an entrance. What's up? Okay, now let's go to Blythe. Give a little snap snap. Jesus. Like I forgot how to... Here is... Finger snap, there we go. Got a new job, so unfortunately I work during most streams. Well, congratulations on the new job, but it's too bad that you can't make it. I was gonna say, oh man, that sucks, but you got a new job, so that's cool.
Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Whatsoever.
The interesting thing about his armor is that it kind of looks like there's like two maidens, sort of like, I don't know, with their hands on some object between them. Not saying it necessarily means something, but it's cool.
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his... Darrowell is in need of a...
That's all. Gotcha. Did I go... I don't think I went down the basement. Do you like your new job, Jabimjo? I hope it's something that you're, not already regretting. Okay, let's open this up. Axe Talisman. Probably don't really need that for anything, but yeah, charge tax. What ifs? Oh, right, so Darrowell. Let's go get Darrowell. You know, something I had never really considered until right now. Because oh my god. So I've been of the opinion that Selen was a Karian, right? And we know that Selen is also, I think, maybe considered like a traitor, or she's considered like a weed or some kind of... I mean, well, she was kicked out of the academy, so you could see that as like being a traitor of sorts. What if Darrowell is like her shadow? Or was? It's interesting to think about. Like I don't know, she's suspiciously close to his Everjail. And I never really thought of her as someone that would have a shadow. Like, I didn't think that she was... I mean, well, okay, that would mean that she's an Empyrean, and I don't really think that she is, so... Never mind on that one, but I do think it's possible that Darrowell served her either way. Doesn't necessarily have to be her shadow. He can serve the same purpose. But I'm pretty sure she's relatively close to him, whether he is, you know, whether you're talking about her actual body or not. Thank God I finally found. I always lose this site of grace. It's so hard for me to find. For like no reason. God, the Erd Tree really is beautiful. This game is beautiful. Every once in a while I look up and I'm just like, wow. I've looked at it for hours and I'm still like just amazing every time I look at it. Thanks for the follow, Evac Louis. Hey there, buddy. How's everything going? Everything's going great. It's Friday. We're checking some stuff out on Elden Ring. And I haven't played Elden Ring for a hot minute just because I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my god, that game is amazing. How are things doing with you, Evac Louis? Great game. Oh, so you've been playing it too. Do you have a custom character? I'm curious, I guess, just what class you like. I feel like the class that people play in a game says a lot about them. It sounds like goofy,
rotting in a
and
cell is no true justice.
maybe it is, but
This is where it ends for you.
it's also correct. I'm good. By the way, I was looking around, came across your stream. Maybe I can help you out with your Twitch custom graphics more. Discord, I can send my portfolio there. What's up, last protagonist? It's a bot, my man. Gotcha. Well, I could have a conversation with a bot for a while before I'm like, wait a second. Something's fishy here. Just doing the Darewell fight, of course, as you can read. Something I thought about, I don't know if you heard what I said a second ago. I've wondered if Darewell was maybe in charge of, or like assigned to Selen. You know, I think that Selen might have been a Carian. I'm wondering if maybe Darewell protected her, and that's why he's considered like a traitor, because Selen is a traitor. Oh wait, no, but doesn't it say Darewell never served a master? Or something? I might have forgotten some information. Alright. Bloodhound's Fang. Curved Great Sword. Yeah, it doesn't really. Oh, the one that never found a master were from the ashes.
Right.
Yeah, so Darewell, I think,
There
could
you
have
are.
been,
Had to work for it, but it's
because
done.
you know, if
Don't say I'm not a man
they,
of my word.
from how the
Read your
Bloodhound armor describes them, if I'm remembering correctly, they are pretty much at the bidding of their whoever they're charged to.
Oh yes. If you venture north,
So
to
you
raid the
can't
tower
really
and
be a
come across
traitor.
venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side.
Like, well, it's
Tell him
very.
I
It feels
sent
very
you,
unlikely
and he'll be sure to
that
treat
this
you right. I owe you
thing
one,
that
Harrigan.
is bound to obey someone would betray that person, or they might not even be capable of betraying that person, given the nature of the game.
That's enough chit chat for this time we parted.
Okay, so
That's enough this time
Yeah.
we parted ways.
I wish other characters would say stuff like that, like, we're done talking now. Don't talk to me again. I don't have anything else to, well, even if they said that, I would try to talk to them again, because who knows, maybe they have something else to say. Okay, we're getting close to being able to level up. Oh, do I need to go talk to... I don't think I ever cleared this place. But yeah, I mean, I just, it seems like if Darewell is considered a traitor, that's probably because his master is a traitor. Ouch. Okay. That little demi-human dude better help me, because I mean, like, cool. Wow. Awesome. You did good, bro. Poke. Excellent distraction. Okay, yeah. Dead demi-human queen. That's why all the demi-humans got pissed. I'm assuming that they had, like, they were on good relations before all this happened. But yeah, so I'm... if you've been watching some of my streams, then you'll know I think commoners, because of their weird proportions, are probably very, very, very diluted of, like, they're Newmen that have very, very diluted blood. Like, they are descendants of America, but, like, they're like her great times 64,000, whatever, I don't know how many generations. Great grandchild. Yikes. Oh my god. How much health do I have right now? 2. I have 2 health. What's up, 2 hit good? Very appropriate. That's funny. 2 health and then 2 hit goods, like 2. I'm contractually obligated to appear every time someone's at 2 health and announce 2. Oh, the Dectus Medallion, that's right. The other half is in Fort Foroth? I don't know, it's the one in Caelid. Fort Height and Fort... Oh, right, I can't see it. It's like here. Blood Rose. Alright, now let's reload the area so that we can get Hyde up in here. Kenneth, whatever. So I think after this happens, Kenneth... I don't know how he does... how he figures this out, but Kenneth learns that he is not strong enough to be... Oh, well, wait, that he doesn't do that until after we fight Godric. Never mind. After we kill Godric, I think that he learns he's not strong enough to be a lord. So he has to find someone that is, and that is also, I guess, you know, capable of inheriting. I have to go talk to him. He doesn't just, like, know and then travel there. What's up, Rancid Nanners? Yeah, we're Elding some rings out here. Did you know Kenneth has different dialogue if you do his mission without resting? Really? What does he say? Something just like, oh my, so fast? Or is it more significant? Yeah, pretty much just wow, so fast. That is good to know, though. I'd like to test that out sometime. Something like that. I think I've done it before. Gotcha. Alright, now let's go tell Kenneth I did your dirty work. Go back to your place.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath.
Bated breath.
Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed.
I always forget that he has, like, a goatee.
Now, here's your reward, as promised.
Seeing his face up close is, like, not how his face looks in my head. I don't know. So Kenneth could also be, well, I don't know, he doesn't have the, like, proportions that I would think a Newman would have.
Right
But,
then. Time for
I don't
me
know
to
why
head
he
to
ever
the
thought
flat.
he would be
Much to
capable of
do.
becoming
First, what's that look?
a lord.
Well, under the earth
Which seemed
tree,
like
commingling with the
his
demi-humans
goal?
is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind, which is why I, Kenneth Height, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave,
Next
have
in
sworn to
line?
uphold it. Just you watch, my
Okay, I've
friend.
never noticed that.
Just you watch.
He said next in line. So, that doesn't necessarily mean that he is a descendant of America. I'll grant you that. Like, it could just mean, you know, he's... Like how, you know, the vice president becomes president of the... I know that this isn't that structure at all. But yeah, I mean, I guess that is implying that I feel like he might have some indirect relation to the Golden Lineage. I think that... I'm actually thinking that the Golden Lineage is way, way, way more, like... I've wondered if, like, almost everyone in the Lands Between at this point is, like, part... Like, what if that is how everyone lives forever? Everyone's, like, 960th god. I'm 12,000th Cherokee. Tarnished are all descendants of Godfrey, allegedly. That, I mean, I've considered that as, like, a possibility, especially since, like, something that, Gideon says is, like, you know, a man cannot kill a god, which I feel like kind of implies that we might be more than a god, more than just a person, a man, or faith. But it's really hard to say because it's like nothing really says very definitively or really even suggests that they're related other than just the fact that they're like his warriors. Unless I'm forgetting something. Oh, when you did it, recaptured the fort before talking to him? Gotcha. Kenny's a noble of some sort. America was an embodiment of fertility. She could have had a large number of kids and however, many other offspring from that. Thought it was not necessarily descendants of Godfrey, but descendants of Godfrey's army. That is something that I think could be true, because I think that the Tarnished... I think that his army could have been... Did he not come over here? I think his army could have been, like, cursed by America, basically, and then and then all of the descendants of America, or wait, sorry, all the descendants of those that are cursed somehow might also bear the curse. Seems to be a distinction between Tarnished and other people in the Lands Between. Yeah, Tarnished are people that have had their grace taken from them, which I think kind of makes them hollow, you know, if you want to put it in terms of, like, Dark Souls or something. Like, it makes them kind of, like, empty inside, and there can be, like, a receptacle for runes. Kind of like... It's kind of how I see it. Damn. Okay. That was so... Hold on. Let me, like, see the weird hop I did when I died. He, like, floated through the air. But yeah, I think it's possible that, most of, if not all of those places where Melina says, like, echoes of America linger here are, places where America has given, like, a command that can't be ignored. I call them divine commandments. I talk about them a lot. It's basically just a command that makes you want to do the thing you're commanded to do. So it's like, it's not even like you can't say no, it's like you wouldn't even want to after you've been given the command. It's really messed up. So I think that she did that to all the Tarnished, and it's possible. And so when she said, you know, you'll see the guidance of grace and come back to the lands between. So I think when they see the guidance of grace, they have to come back to the lands between. I mean, Fia was in the middle of doing the thing that she was born to do. And then she saw the guidance of grace, and then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then she came to the lands between and was like, yeah, so I still need to do that because it's still the thing I was born to do. Like, it's nothing changed. She, like, stopped right in the middle from how it seems. That's a good point, too. I typically took his words to be that he is more directly descended from either Godfrey or whatever. I just need to, like, use the arcs from this sword while I'm two-handing it. Oh god. That was dumb of me. Okay. I need to remember how to fight the birds. Maybe I just need... I don't need to fight these birds. Because there was a Storm King there before, and then Godfrey took it for the Golden Order. So we don't know that there was a Storm King there before. There was the Storm Hawk King, but, like, it seems like he is allied with Godfrey. So it's possible that, I've always thought that fighting the Storm King alone, that could have been referring to a fight with Placidus Axe, possibly. Damn. I need to, like... Okay, cool. But I think it's possible that, like, America only had the children that we know of, maybe some others that we don't know of, and that it's just been so long since then that there has been, like, a lot of time for her generations to, for her lineage to kind of, like, spread. And, you know, it kind of makes a little bit of sense if you think about it, because, like, you know, you always hear the stories about, like, you know, the demigods, the children of the gods or whatever, but their children and their children's children are all still going to have bits of God in them that I imagine would matter a little. So it's cool to think about, I guess, you know, a world where maybe there are a lot of those people.
Your only mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place.
And that's part of why my theory with, like, Godric was also, like, I think that Godric is a descendant of
who do we have here?
the Golden Lineage,
Tarnished,
and he just is super, super, super deluded. You could say he has very little gold, and so he is just grafting
I'm here by decree of
other
my
beings with gold
How
onto
utterly
himself until he
repellent this
is
is.
an entity that has
This
enough gold to
grafting
be
of Godric's
considered a
ill
lord
befits
or a
a
demigod.
lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me.
Also, all the
winds
kids
run
who died
foul
in
with
Night of
his
Black
deeds.
Knives and in the
I'm
Godskin
certain
Hunt.
Father would permit me aid the
Godric
fight.
wouldn't be like a tree with all them limbs.
Apologies. But as fellow down whatever
Wait, is
road.
that all she had to say?
Apologies. As fellow down whatever road.
It's implied that multiple nobles were killed in the events of the Night of Black Knives. Oh, that's true. So there could have been other children that we didn't know of. Unfortunately, we know, like, nothing about it. It's so hard to say. I mean, it's super possible, I guess, if they're not, like, relevant. I mean, if they died before the Shattering really happened, they might not really be relevant to us. Their influence would have been something that really only mattered to people that were alive at the same time, maybe. Oh, and the Godskin Hunt? Yeah, I think that the Godskin Hunt... I think that that probably happened, like... I think there were a lot of gods, and then something happened, and Marika ended up being the last god. I think that Marika had a family. I don't think that she is the only god that ever has been, like she sort of portrays herself. Okay, let's maybe I can just let's just try it out. Let's just fight Godric. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Godskin hunt happened like a long time ago. Because that would have been. I personally think that when the Glomide Queen was defeated, that was when the Rune of Death was sealed. So, and I think that the Rune of Death was sealed like probably around the end of the war against the giants.
Lend me thy strength, O kindred.
When the fire was sealed.
Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. A lowly tarnished,
Gross.
playing as a lord.
Who is playing as a lord?
I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
Oh yeah, it is like a troll body that he sort of grafted himself into. It's so hard to like really get a good look at this. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the torso of, like, a troll. Looks like. And he has these giant legs in here that have some armor on it. Or that's a Banished Knight foot, I think. I don't know. Dude, it's gross. But Glomide Queen is Melina, which I wonder if Melina's actually a Karian kid. I think that yes, I've actually, I've said that in several of my videos. Basically, I have like put a lot of thought into it, and I think that she was Rena, the Snow Crone. The person that Ronnie's doll is modeled after, which is, you know, why she looks like her. Also, this song goes so hard. You are 100% correct. I love the like. Most annoying cutscene when you have to like fight him over and over and over again. But so I think that she was Rena, and I think that she was Renawa's firstborn, because I think that the Karians are matrilineal. So like in the same way that like a king would name his firstborn son after himself, I think that Renala named her first daughter Rena after herself.
Forefathers, one and all! Bear witness!
Okay, gotta book it, gotta book it, gotta book it, gotta book it, gotta book it.
Great Godfrey,
Okay.
didst thou witness?
I was walking back to my computer as he was doing the chop, and it's so ingrained in my brain now. Perfectly timed when he chopped. Possibly it makes sense. It also seems odd Rena would be a more known character to others in that case, and probably not a name Ronnie would want to use as a pseudonym. Well, I think that Rena was like the snow crone that was sort of like not necessarily in favor with everyone. Like, I think that she was sort of like, I think that she had to mentor Ronnie secretly because she was heretical, was considered heretical for some reason. Too close. Okay, let's heal with this, get some more max health. Wait, it doesn't give me more max health, that's right. I need to, that's what I'm gonna do if I lose this fight. When I lose this fight, I need to go to some minor herb trees and get some, like, other, some of the other shards or whatever from my flask. My wondrous flask. Okay, it's enough of that. Okay, we're good. Yo! Yoink. Yoink. Yosh. Do I still have Golden Oath, or like, or Golden Vow, whatever? I think so. Feels like I don't, though. Oh, I did not. Oh, what's up? Oh, God. Oh, God. Run! Okay. Oh my God, that was a close one.
Great Godfrey, didst thou witness?
Close, but that's all right. I feel like Ronnie wouldn't mind using that sort of a pseudonym for the sake of intimidation. I think Ronnie was actually using that pseudonym because she faked her own death. I think that she was considered dead, and so she was just going by Rena because the doll was Rena's appearance. Like, the doll looked like Rena, so I mean, I don't know if she had, like, many options. Where the hell did I say? Oh, right. I don't remember if this one has. I know it doesn't have, like, an enemy there, but, I'll go from the north. I wonder if the Japanese also implies age, like how crone implies old in English. I've wondered that too. I've also wondered if that's, like, possibly a derogatory tone, like, term. Like, oh, that old crone. Like, if it's just kind of meant to slight her, like how Dung Eater is an insult. That's definitely just old. Okay. If Glowmite Queen Melina is Rena, then she would be much older and have appeared older. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell how, like, a demigod or, like, any of these characters kind of, like, will age. No one really looks that old. Especially none of the demigods. They all just kind of look... A lot of them just kind of look weird. Like, how can you really judge Morgoth's age? Spiked crack tier. I don't know if I really needed those. That's fine, though. Is there another one? There's another one down here. I don't think I can get to it from that one, though. That's down below. So Morgoth got sad old man vibes. He does. He also... I love how Morgoth speaks. I love how well-spoken he is. Like, especially compared to his brother, who's just sort of like, Nigala is mine, and mine alone. Ugh. Okay, do I need to go down? That being said, Morgoth looks older than Moog despite them being twins. That is... I mean, yeah, I feel like it's really hard to judge age. And I don't even know if, like, you know... Are they even... Do they age? Okay, there's got to be a way... Oh. I feel like so dumb. Holding public office ages a person. Yeah, I mean, we all saw what happened to Obama. Morgoth got Obama. Maybe they age really slowly. Morgoth is actually old AF and Moog looks younger because the blood. I mean, you know, Morgoth seems old, but it's really hard to tell what old age. Like, I don't even know if... I feel like, you know, it's really arguable. It's so hard to really tell people's ages and whether they are aging and stuff. Like, the fact that it's also kind of, like, so unclear makes it, you know... Oh, I think that what I needed to do was go back over there to that. One way or another, Morgoth seems older. Seeming older doesn't have to do with the passage of time itself. Right, yeah, honestly, Morgoth does seem like someone who is just more bent and broken by the stuff that's happened to him, like, just in general anyway. You know, he is the rightful lord of Lindell, and everyone's like, nah, though. And he's like, why? And they're just like, because racism. That's cool, I guess. Oh, I see. I need to go around that way. Morgoth is also the kid begging for approval from parents that never gave it. Yeah, that is a little sad. Definitely. It's hard to tell. I mean, yeah, it is out of love. I was gonna say it's hard to tell if it's out of a sense of duty or love, but it is. He loved it even though he was never loved in return. It could have been that he was doing it for Godfrey also, because it actually does seem like he and Godfrey had... I think Godfrey... and I don't know if Godfrey really agreed with Morgoth's, like, imprisonment or whatever. Something... I get the feeling that if he did, he regrets it. Something felt really sad about their meeting. Like, you know, more than the usual sadness. I think it'll be great for this fight. Hiya! Ouch. The tops of these weapons always look like elephant teeth to me. Not that, you know, I necessarily expect everyone else to know what elephant teeth look like. Loyal to an order that it had them locked up in a sewer. Yeah. It could be like a sense of, like, selflessness. Like, maybe he does it, like, for the greater good. Like, he's like, yeah, like, you know, people like me suffer. He could see it as, like he is suffering for the greater good or something. Gotta get out of that spot, like, right in front of him, because I feel like that means he's gonna get that. Yikes. Alright, Gucci. Okay. Oh, he waited to die until, like... until that attack hit or missed. Oh, what's up, Garfield? Happy Friday. I think the tragedy of Morgoth is why so many people grew attached to him. Agreed, yeah. He's this person that's giving his all for seemingly no reason. Like, this pure dedication to something that just won't return that dedication. It's... I think everyone can probably relate to that in a way. Everyone's had something that they feel like... Some probably had something in their life happen to them that feels like that. So where... there. Oh, there's, I think another minor Erd tree up there. What's funny is the Rotten Avatars and Caelid still have the Halig tree top to their staves. Interesting. Because I've actually wondered, I'm of the opinion that the Halig tree is actually growing from the remains of a very, very old tree. Like, I think the lower half is super duper old, and the upper half is younger. And I think Caelid is also much older. I think that people settled here very, very early. Let's see. Garfield, I've been getting busy with Armored Core. Ooh, how is that? I've heard really good things about it. Or I think I have anyway. I've seen people talk about it. I guess I haven't really seen if people have been enjoying it. I assumed. Desperately trying to finish the game so I don't get spoiled. Didn't it come out like 2 or 3 days ago? Damn. Is it like a shorter game? Or are you just like I guess, you know, are you going through it? I'm trying to come up with like some kind of pun mecha type joke, but I got nothing. Yikes. Yeah, good job being part tree. That's not gonna have any downsides, like being ultra susceptible to fire. Good job protecting a tree while you yourself are a tree. So if any kind of fire creature comes through here, I guess just... Oh, I guess when you outlaw fire, that's not a problem, huh? Jesus, really? Good job being a tree in the region of flame warriors. Like, for real, though. And, like, flame dragons. There's fire dragons all over here. And they're just treeing it up. You know, that's actually a good... I'm gonna assume that they can't. But it is interesting that none of the dragons have ever ended up burning one of those minor Erd trees just, like, on accident. Even if they're, like, mindless, you know, they could just be chasing a person that goes by one and torch it by mistake. I'm gonna assume that the fire just doesn't actually, because you can't burn them, maybe? I just needed a little bit more. I can do that. Have dragons not tried treeing it up? I don't know if they have. They might have. There might be a tree dragon tree, that we're not aware of. There's a lot of dragon iconography along the bottom of the Halig tree, or in the bottom section of the Halig tree. Oh, I didn't go fight that minor Erd tree dude. Whatever, doesn't matter. Godwin fucked all the dragons so they wouldn't consider burning a tree. He took one for the... He took a million for the team. Let's just say he didn't start out golden. I'm not sure what that's supposed to imply, but... Feels bad. How did that not hurt? He didn't hit either of us because he couldn't, like, decide. Oh, I should have jumped. Awesome. Is that okay, so that was a... I wasn't sure if that was like an actual stabby stab or if that was the scripted one like that. You know that boy was a scaly. No, him and Fortisax were just really, really good buddies, and Fortisax is just inside of him because they're friends. You know how you just sometimes hop in your buddy's body? Damn, Nephilim.
of all that is golden.
Not anymore, bitch.
One day, we'll return
Oh, right, no, he's
together
quoting someone.
to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Yeah, that was really necessary for him to, like, do that as he's fading out. Nephilim fucking rules. Nephilim is awesome. Nephilim is probably one of my favorite NPCs. Yeah, let's just... I need more damage. Need more power. More firepower.
What
Little chopper.
pathetic
I'm starting to slip down an Arnold Schwarzenegger hill. I need to
Craven to the
back up before I
bone.
slip.
Oh,
Probably shouldn't have cut him off.
hello there. This weasel was... Godric was always looking down. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what
Ronnie
goes
just hates
round
furries
comes
and
round.
scalies. That's why she targeted
He
Godwin.
had an ugly
Okay, you know,
heart,
Garfield's got a
an
point, though. What about
uglier
Blythe?
countenance,
Checkmate.
and met the ugliest
She hates
of
furries because
ends,
they all
eh?
sexualize her half-brother. Her half-brother... Do furry people not count as furries? Is this... This feels like a discussion. That feels like a philosophical question. Is an anthropomorphic animal by default considered a furry? It's not a person. You know, these are the important questions, chat. This is why we do this. Riker gave me the "a serpent never dies" bit as one of their rankers was still lingering, exploded on me right as he went like, ah. Yeah, I also think that it's interesting that, I think that the people whose voices linger on after we kill them are... Well, wait, I don't know if all the demigods do that, but it definitely seems like the ones that aren't completely dying, I think, are the ones who are doing that. Thank you for the rape. Oh, shoot. Is Hayata gonna be back here? Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot to, like, do all that other stuff where I'm like, hey, your daughter's dead because you're a bad dad. And he's like, oh no, I'm a bad dad.
Hello, my name is Hayata, and I'm journeying. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next. But when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty. Is a finger.
So yeah, I think that this is basically just a reincarnation of Irina.
Now I can feel the distant light once more. You are most kind indeed.
Who has death has changed her, and she is now on some kind of darker path. Basically, I think that she is seeing a light in the darkness because it's just sort of dark. Like it's a light that you can only see in the darkness. I think that it's the Blood Star that the guilty also saw after having their eyes crushed. Riker, Morgott, Godric, Moog. Morgott. So, well, Radon doesn't talk at all. So I guess I don't even know if it counts to, like, if it helps to exclude him. Radon was the one missing link. Yeah, so I really just think that it's probably about the fact that they don't really die. Personally, I think that the point of those mausoleums was that you would take you'll notice that the thing that's the thing that is always left The thing that is pretty much always left, if there is anything left of them after we beat them, is their head. And the bodies in the mausoleums are missing heads. And it's meant to be a place for demigods to be reborn. So, yeah, I think that they just, those are basically backup bodies for them to use, kind of like primal glintstones in a way. Should not have jumped. Melania also blooms and shit. Shrubbery lore speculation they're able to puppet corpses that died attempting to escape conflict. I think that... it's really hard to tell how it starts. It seems like it starts when someone is hated. Or if someone has a lot of hate, maybe, in their heart. Like, it seems like, you know, the most reviled man in the lands between, he was afflicted. Then we also have Irina's father, who was sort of, I think, overtaken by revenge. Like, I think revenge is what happened to him. It might also have something to do with love, because of the way that it says, like, you know, love, revenge, the frenzied flame burns it all away. Jesus. Oh my god. Why am I suddenly doing, like, worse than I was before? For the Shabriri think... The one thing that Irina and Yura have in common... I actually think that Yura made some kind of deal prior to... Like, he talked... Or something happened to him prior to, like, prime him. There are a couple things... Well, okay, there's one line that's actually in the game, and then there's, like, one bit of cut content that really changed my mind. So Yura, after you beat the Ravenmount assassin, if you talk to him on the bridge, Yura says something like those damn worms are wretched worms, leave me be. He says wretched worms, leave me be. I think that he has, like, something writhing behind his eyes. And that is, like, the beginning of what would become Shabriri. I think he had, like, a limited amount of time to do this, to get to Eleonora. I think that it might have something to do with love, because he loved Eleonora. Maybe it has something to do with being consumed by love and revenge. Who knows? Or revenge for a loved one. Maybe that's what it... Revenge for a loved one. The Revenger's weapon. That's what it is. This whole place. It's about revenge for a loved one. Revenge for your entire clan dying. Shit. Did not mean to do that. Alright. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna come back after leveling up a little bit. Well, no, I can beat this guy. I just need to get good. Okay. A lot of the chaos surrounding them attracts Shabri's attention. Once they die, they all get puppeted. You're and Eleanor were deaths simultaneously. Revenge, but also fleeing. If she comes for you, do not think twice, you must flee. There's no shame in self-preservation. I do think trying to run has a part in it somehow. At least for getting used by Shabiri. I guess that's... he did try to... I saw it like... he, like, didn't take his own advice, and he let his, like, emotions get the best of him. He said, like, you know, remember, they, there's nothing left of them, so don't hesitate, and, it is possible that fleeing might have something to... maybe it's like having to give up on your revenge for a loved one because, like, you are realizing, like, being full of despair and, like knowing that you failed. That was doing a lot of damage, though. Ow. I'm jumping... I'm dodging so early for that. Wow, he can really fly with that attack. Am I out of healing? No. Oh, I really thought I was out of his range. That was a weird hit. I think there's a lot to consider between the two characters. Very interesting how they do have parallels like that. Yeah, and I really do think that this area has something to do with it too, because it feels like the peninsula, what the hell is it called? The Morning Peninsula? The whatever. I do think that it has something to do with the Frenzied Flame. Like, the fact that Hayata is from here, Edgar is from here, there's a village nearby. Weeping Peninsula is generally your first exposure to chaos stuff, right? For real? Should have healed earlier. I will come back. I think that for some reason this fight is just like I can beat Godric, but not him. So something about this fight just is not Weeping Peninsula. That's right. Also, I think that my brain is in lore mode. I'm having trouble switching over because I'm a little bit excited about that idea now of like revenge and love, like revenge for a loved one, and let me go make sure first of all if maybe I need to go talk to Edgar, or maybe I can go talk to him. No, that's right, he doesn't leave until I beat the Leaning. It's crazy. right. So now let's go visit my boy Thops. He just asks for like 10 runes. So humble. What is he gonna do with 10 runes out here?
You're tarnished, aren't
I don't think
you?
anything costs
Then
10 runes.
Perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not.
Is it more than
I
10? Is it
studied
like 100? I mean, even
sorceries
then,
at the
it's like
academy for a small.
it's 10
Well,
runes.
bless you, bless you.
Damn.
You're a true saint. My name is Topes. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries as promised. Only none of them are particularly great.
Interesting. What is that like? Oh. It's been a while since I've looked at that really closely. I know it's just like a normal robe. Like his isn't special or anything, but I haven't looked at it very closely in a while. On the medallion on there next is oh, this one doesn't have a symbol on it. Some of them do.
Apologies. I'm afraid my Oh, right. I can tell you what I know. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Rea Lucaria, where we study glintstone
I
sorceries.
literally can't see it from here.
Only its doors have been closed for quite some time now. After they declared the Academy cast repelling seals on the east, as you might have guessed, making entry to the... And so I'm stuck here. When they cast the seals, why not find yourself without one, and you'll never reach the Erdtree cap. And if you find an X, once you've... Would you consider... I know it. But still, you've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in... I followed her at school.
So yeah, I'm also of the opinion...
between us. Selen was expelled from the
I am of
academy,
the opinion that
accused of
Selen
unthinkable
was
treatment of certain
Akarian as
sorcerers.
well, probably.
Under the name... I still don't... The illustrious Selen would never...
Partially because, you know, there's Three Sisters is the area that those three rises are in, behind Carian Manor. It's behind Carian Manor, which is probably a matrilineal society, so it would make sense for the Three Sisters area to be where the royal princesses are. And I think that Celivis is looking after the rise of his sister, Selen. Which is why he had a, like, puppet ready for her, even though he doesn't really like her. And why, you know, why they are willing to help each other, even though they don't really like each other. And I think it would also help explain why Celivis is kind of an asshole, because Selen is. I mean, at least when it comes to the Carian family, you know, they're both kind of against the Carians in a way. Celivis is just working from the inside. Yeah, I should be able to level up pretty quickly just from exploring these areas. So yeah, I remember that that weapon is called a Revenger's Weapon. Maybe it's just about, like, the futility of, like, you know, wanting revenge really badly and not being able to get it. Like, feeling the despair of, like, this rage, this sort of revenge that can never be satisfied. I guess not necessarily a rage, but
You're new around here.
it sounds like a possibility.
Why don't you... Oh, but don't ask.
Wasn't going to, but now, wasn't gonna ask you where you got your stuff from, but now I'm kind of gonna just walk this way. I Okay, so we should be able to find Dialos. Or Dialos. Yeah, no, Dialos. I was gonna say, no, Dialos is servant lady that he's looking for, but unfortunately both. I'm going to get a closer look at those guys in a second. Because I just realized how kind of similar they look to... Well, I don't know. Just want to look at them. Weird. So... I wonder if they have that many arms naturally. Like, do they have... Are they a race of, like, 4-armed people? They have these really interesting bracelets, too. I swear to God I've seen those somewhere else. They look so familiar. Why do they gotta crawl like that, though? It's freaking weird. They have those very long necks, too. It doesn't look like they've been grafted. Like, it doesn't... It seems like their hands. Well, how many appendages, or how many fingers they have? 5, 5, 5. Okay. Great plan. So these are Revenant worshippers, according to the Wraith Bell, the Wraith calling bell. Map found. Wow, my map size is like doubled. No, I think I had a couple map pieces before. Speaking of Wraith calling bells. Okay, cool. So just a couple of things I wanted to look at here. First of all, they are wearing slightly different robes, so I want to see if there's some pattern on them that I can make out. Not really. If you've never really looked closely at the Wraith Calling Bell, it is shaped like a flower. More specifically, probably like one of those, like the grave warts or whatever that we use to upgrade spirit ashes. Gross teeth. Gotta remember where I found that band. Oh, and the wraiths that come out when they ring the bells, I want to say are identical to the wraiths that come out of the, like the Omen Bear and the Royal Omen Bear. But one of the reasons I think that what's important with the Frenzied Flame also, I guess, I don't know when it comes to Shabriri, if there's something special about that. But I do think that this feeling of sort of despair or like hopelessness, like not being able to do anything about it, is part of it. Like, I think that is an important part of the situation, like, I guess, no matter what, is all I'm saying. But I do think that Selen, well, I mean, Irina. I think that Irina was, like, groomed, sort of, to be a maiden, maybe for the Three Fingers. Or it could have been because of the way that she was killed, I guess, but I don't It's hard to say. The Shabriri thing is really interesting, though. I've thought about that a lot, and I really do think that the I feel like he did something to give Shabriri, like, control over him eventually. Like, maybe he got power temporarily at the cost of his sanity. Alright, so now we get to take a look at one of the actual Royal Revenants, which is disgusting. So this thing looks more like, you know, it was probably grafted together. Especially since it's not really in the right places, its body parts. Is that a... Was this what Godric was wearing? Wasn't Godric wearing a crown on his head that looked a lot like this? These things are confusing, because they look like they're probably dead. They're being worshipped by a group of people. Oh, that's right. This is actually, I think, where... Oops. Oh, please let me get away. Oh, thank God, that was so close. Just barely getting away from this dude. Trying to find... There's gonna be an invisible thing around here somewhere. This is really stressful. I want to say it might be around here. I might have to come back for it. I thought I could just find it real quick, but this area has something hidden. Jesus, ran into that one. Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. I hate those things. I hate them. They're terrifying. They are ferocious. They're really hard for me to dodge, too. And I feel like they kind of get you stun locked really easily. Let's just... While we're talking about Edgar and the Carians and blah blah blah. I don't know if I ever fully answered or explained myself there. I do think that Melina was a Carian, and I think that the Glomite Queen was a Carian. Partly because I think it seems like there are god skins in places that are pretty much always connected to Carians, with the exception of like the one in Dominula, although that might just have some connection I'm not aware of. Oh, I think that one has like power within or something, right? And also a cool emote. I need this. Huzzah! Oops. Okay. I was really hoping that would kill him. Did I just do like a weird reverse back hop or something? That was so... felt like a smash tech. Okay, lady. There you go. Oh, more? Alright. Oh my god. Wait, can we do that? Is that, that might be like a skill... It looks like that eruption strike thing that we get from... Yeah, isn't that a skill that we get from, like, Reichard's guy? The Gelmer's... something? Volcanic eruption or something like that? I think it said something like, hold your weapon aloft and then summon the fury of the volcano or whatever. Oh, I never noticed this. This is... They're, like, pray... What the hell? They're praying, like, to the forge, and, like, the giant's flame right here. This is the, like, head... Is there a giant... Is there, like, a head or something? A giant's head, maybe, beneath the forge? That I need to think about. I know that this is not... I know that this is a reference to, like, something that a guy did. There was, like, a guy that put his head on a candlestick as, like, a blah, blah, blah. But I have to wonder if that was done... So when you remove your head, it... I think... doesn't allow you to move on. It kind of, like, that's why all the headless knights removed their heads, so that they could protect things, demigods, in the afterlife. Because not having a head when you die means you can't pass on. Which also explains why demigods leave their heads behind. They can't pass on, so their heads just stay, I guess. What the hell was I saying? Oh, right, so... The, something about the head... I don't remember. I was talking about, like, heads and, curses. Bummer. Got distracted by something. There went that train of thought. This place is actually crazy to look at from above. Oh, I remember that train of thought now. Interesting. I've never really looked at this area from afar before and considered... I think that this might have been raised artificially. I've talked about this before in some of my other streams, but I think that these weird... So jagged edges typically imply that the rock is younger, because as a rock is weathered, as a rock is older, it smooths down. And there's people with earth powers in the game, all over the place. Beasts especially, some of the early beasts used rock. And I think that this plateau may have been made artificially using earth powers. Oh, right. So, if severing your head basically stops you from moving on and sort of traps your life force, I guess, in the world, maybe, if that's one way you want to put it, especially if you're a demigod. I mean, I'm of the opinion that whatever they're burning, whatever the forge is burning, I think that they're burning something immortal. If you burned an immortal tree, I think it would burn forever. I think it's possible that the fire itself also counts as life, though, and that's why it can't be put out. It's possible that the reason that the head is life is because it is maybe sort of working as kind of candle. I mentioned this before, or in one of my Dark Souls 3 streams recently, but when you burn a candle, the wax is what's being burned. And it is, the wax is traveling up through the wick and being burned. It's sort of, as the wick burns oil or wax at the end, it sort of creates a vacuum that pulls more up. So keeping with that analogy, it'd be interesting to think about, like, if there is a head beneath the forge, and like how candles draw wax up through the wick, what if the forge is drawing sort of life force from some sort of old immortal being? Like, what if there is a really, really large giant head under there that just doesn't die, fueling that forge? It gives me the heebie-jeebies to think about that, like, just like that kind of awful being like alive and fueling a forge like that. But that vibe is what everything in this game. That is this game. So that makes me think I'm on the right track. Maybe when it makes me uncomfortable, I'm like, oh, that might be onto something. Okay, so now... Oh, that is what I wanted to get. For some reason, I thought that was much farther north. The western part of Liurnia is associated with the Carians, according to the map that I'm about to get. Which is why I'm pretty sure the four belfries are basically a little indication of all the groups that the Carians used to be connected to. Okay, I see. It's just right in the middle of the city. Wow, that is so pretty. Not watching where I'm going at all. Yeah, all this Gothic architecture kind of stuff. Really similar to things in like Far Missoula and the Eternal Cities. I think it's possible that they were founded in similar times by related groups. Because all those groups are groups that are connected through the four belfries. See how that kind of links together. I did not plan to... I'm glad that worked out, explaining the four belfries and then that. Oh, that's not the map fragment I thought it was. The western map fragment is the one that's like... talks about the western area. There's no other way to say that. Yeah, because... Sorry, I'm still thinking about, like... I think it's gotta be... the futility of revenge, maybe, or being consumed by revenge? I don't know. I need to think about the Shibiri thing more, too. Rancid Manners gave me a lot to think about. I'll get a little bit closer. Oh, actually, I want to see... Yeah, there he is. Sorry, bruh.
Hello, friend. Tell me if you know, would you? The whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends. The recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refused.
I don't think I've ever
to
looked
let
at the armor on
insult
him,
stand.
and sometimes
The
it feels
tale
like
of
it looks
House
a little
Hoslow
different.
is told
Just the
in
way it sits
blood.
on their bodies.
I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message.
Or like the poses they're in, I guess.
They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refused to let the insult stand.
Well,
the tale
will,
of
though.
House Hoslow is told. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message. They laid hands upon the tale of I.
Okay. Whatever, little edgelord. You're not gonna do anything. They're gonna say, actually, you're really cool, and you're gonna be like, wait, really? Well, I didn't know you were gonna give me a compliment. I guess I can let the fact that you killed my childhood friend slide? Also, wait a sec. Why would they have killed her? That doesn't seem like something the Volcano Manor would do. I've never thought about that. The Volcano Manor doesn't just go around killing random people, it kills agents of the Round Table Hold. I really have to wonder what Dialos' connection to the Round Table Hold is now. And maybe if Lanya was more than she seems? Because I really feel like that's saying... Like, the Volcano Manor, like, they weren't just killers. And I feel like that really flies right over my head. Normally it flies right over my head because it's like, I don't... You know, yeah, they kill people, sure, but it's not like... You know, they give you contracts to assassinate people, really. They don't just... They're not killers, they are assassins. And it's usually where it's for members, people that are close, people that are, I guess, big in the Round Table Hold, but it does also seem like there is a degree of, at least for the last mission that they sent you on. Wait, are they? Yeah, I think so. I thought that's what their whole goal is, right? Or you're asking Istvan is the first one? Yeah, I think Istvan was one of the original members of the Round Table Hold. Or he was one of the first ones, something like that. And then Riley. Riley seems to be related to Crepus, maybe. Yeah, he is using like a lot of Confessor gear, which is they're Two Fingers assassins, meaning they would work for the Round Table Hold. They would be assassins for the Round Table Hold that we are ironically assassinating. Who assassinates the assassins? But yeah, like the whole point of Volcano Manor is to oppose the Two Fingers and the Round or the whole point of Volcano Manor is to oppose the Round Table Hold and the Two Fingers. Based on kind of what Tanith says. So I think that it's... Maybe the Hoslow house has more to do with the Round Table Hold than it seems. I'm not sure if the last mission that they send you on is necessarily related to someone that's... Like, the last invitation that they give you is about... or sorry, the last contract they give you. It seems like it's supposed to be someone close to you, maybe? Well, I don't know. That's how it was for Dialos, but... I guess I don't know if that's true for the other people. To go that way. The key... for... power should be in there somewhere. I wonder what Dialos actually does. Doesn't seem like a killer. Not sure how he got in unless he gave up his brother's info. My understanding was he went there to confront them about killing Lanya, and then they saw some kind of discontent in him and basically convinced him to come. They complimented him, and Dialos has really low self-esteem, and so he joined the Volcano Manor out of... I guess I don't know why they'd want him, though, right? Oh, no, that's right. Originally, he joined because he claimed that he was going to, like, infiltrate them so that he could take them out. So he pretended to have an interest and, I guess, made himself seem like someone that would be a worthy candidate. Then they ended up complimenting him for whatever he did. So like, maybe he did... I think it's possible that Dialos, you know, went out and assassinated... Maybe he killed some people. I don't think he's... well, no, you're right, though. He really doesn't seem like... he's maybe ever really been in a serious fight. He's got soft hands, right. Which could be ironic, given... that could mean that, like, or not ironic, but it could be interesting that technically the only time he got into a fight is the one that he dies in. Like, defending the jars. I mean... maybe he got in just off of his, like, name? Like, maybe something about being a Dialos and deciding to join the Volcano Manor was, like, enough? Seemed more like a coward who just boasted about his family legacy, House Hoslow, right. And I mean, I think the fact that Juno Hoslow is one of his targets, like his last target, it makes me wonder if Juno Hoslow was also a bigger part of the Round Table Hold than we know of. Like, it would make a little bit more sense as to why Lanya was killed in the first place. Like, I feel like it would kind of make some of this stuff actually come full circle. Like, maybe, you know, Lanya would have been a childhood friend of Juno as well, and maybe she was working for Juno. It's actually an interesting thought, I guess. Really need to get those runes back. I was about to say that this place always just feels... she was a family servant. So maybe she wasn't just with Dialos. Right, yeah. That's true. Yeah, and I mean, if they were friends... And Dialos, you know, we meet him in the Round Table Hold, so he already has some association with it, meaning his brother... I mean, probably would. Reasonably. Revenant worshippers. I don't even know where the hell I am. Based on the music, I don't think I want to be here. So weird that there's Miquella's lilies up here. I am almost positive that Miquella, like, lived here and studied here. He's a little genius. All of his like incantations or whatever involve intelligence. And this is the big one for me. I'm very strongly of the opinion that the great rune inside the egg is his. Like, I think the great runes follow like a pattern, basically, where the golden lineage are all the middle runes, the children of Radagon and Marika are on the rings are on the left, and what's up, Emily? And all the children of Radagon and Renala have runes that are like facing to the right. The line is on the left side of the whatever. And not only is the golden egg rune whatever called the rune of the unborn, which is literally what Miquella is, and he's all about like rebirth and stuff. It's also like a very small kind of rune, which, you know, he was cursed with like eternal childhood. So yeah, and also, you know, I think that when you sleep, your soul kind of, well, that's a whole other thing. I think that it would make sense for his soul to kind of be potentially detached from himself in a way that, like, the Great Rune is. I'd believe it. Oh yeah, his golden order. So we'd have to be balanced in faith and religion, right? Intelligence is the Rey Lucario thing. And yeah, I mean, I think that he would have, oh, there's something that we get. It's what we get at the end of Sellen's quest. So obviously, Sellen's quest is largely about primal glintstones. Has a lot to do with them. The thing that she gives us at the end of her quest, if we side with her, oh, I need to get my runes, is the urge. I don't remember what it's called, but it is it's the ritual death, glintstone Chris. That's right. So I am pretty sure that, you know, the way that the blade undulates, it says it's reminiscent of some ritual. I'm pretty sure that is because it resembles a primal glintstone blade, and it's referencing primal glintstones. So I think that it's basic, and it has Erd Tree ornamentation all over it. So I think that it's sort of saying that when the houses joined, knowledge of primal glintstones, or how the knowledge of primal glintstones could be applied to demigods, was given to the royal family. I think that was sort of like not only a dagger that would make it possible, but also symbolic of the knowledge that was given to them. I saw on Reddit someone asked, why does the image of Miquella have all that stringy web stuff on him in the trailer? And I said out loud, it's part of the cocoon you built. For real, it's literally threads. He looks as if he had just been... Butterfly appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. I mean, it's... Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, the cocoon is in the background of that picture. Oh, is it really? Oh, no, you're right. It's literally like he straight up just ripped him out of the cocoon. I think that's what it's like depicting. It's interesting. So that means that his body grew outside of the whatever. I don't want to start digging into that. Brain's gonna explode. Leaking blood too, which goes back to that I think Moog was attracted to his bleeding. I am of the opinion that, like, Moog was obsessed with Mikola because Mikola has this way of, like, I think that Mikola might have been capable of, like, giving divine commandments as well. And I don't have the thing I need here. Where the hell is the... What's up there? Wait, which I wonder if Moog fucked up and then brought him back in the cocoon, and that's why it has the big slit in the boss room. Right, so I'm of the opinion that, like, Moog was given a divine commandment at some point that was, like, protect Mikola. And... Or, you know, whatever, care for Mikola, something like that. I think that's why he was, like, obsessed with Mikola. And, you know, when you read a word enough times, it doesn't sound real. Yes. Drives me crazy. So, I think that Moog was basically commanded, like, protect Mikola or something, and that kind of got him... He was given a command that made him obsessed with Mikola. And when Mikola was inside the cocoon, maybe it was because Melania came back and started, you know, corrupting the Halig tree with her poison, or with the rot, whatever. I don't know what it was. But I think that Moog perceived some kind of threat, real or imagined, to Mikola in the cocoon, and that's why he ripped him from it. I think that he had, quote-unquote, you know, good intentions, even though they were really misguided. I don't think that what he did was good for Mikola at all. I don't think he really knew what he was doing. I think that he was sort of just following this impulse to protect Mikola that he couldn't resist. Cocoon. Cocoon never looks like it's spelled right to me. Are there two? I have to look it up. Yeah, I'm like, aren't there two C's? No, yeah, you're right. I guess that is how you spell cocoon. It kind of reminds me of, like, the Stanley Have a Mustache from The Office. It's like you see it all the time, and then all of a sudden when you're asked about it, you're like, how do you spell cocoon? Oh, cool, my PC went to boot and shit the bed. Oh, cool, I love when PCs do that. What a fun way to spend a Friday night. Anyway, speaking of spending a Friday night, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Probably gonna stream this again on Monday, so bye-bye, guys.